Chelsea have 6 Premier League games remaining this season to try and get Champions League football, which is now a top 5. I'm going to predict the result of every single of those 6 last Premier League games, and at the end we'll find out how many points we'll potentially have and whether that's enough to get us Champions League football next season. First up, we have Fulham away, and I think this is going to be an absolutely tough match, if I'm going to be really honest with you. I think they've obviously beaten Liverpool, and Arsenal just scraped by a win by them, so they're clearly good at playing against decent opposition. I do think, however, we will be able to rest a lot of players in that Thursday match, which will be really good because we're already winning 3-0. We don't need to do anything crazy. And then we can go up to Craven Cottage. And I think we're going to get the win. And one of the reasons why I think we are is I think that the atmosphere at Stamford Bridge is so toxic at the moment. When the Chelsea players will go away to Craven Cottage, quite a quiet ground. The fans are known for not being the loudest there. I think there'll be so much less pressure on especially the defenders and the goalkeeper. Against Ipswich, we saw just them get tormented throughout the first half. So I think with a bit less pressure from those kind of like booing home fans, I think they'll be able to maybe get a result against Fulham. I think it'll be tight, but I think it'll be a massive win for us. And honestly, will be so crucial for us having any good chance of getting those wins later on in the game. So that is a win against Fulham away. Then after that, we have got Everton at home, 12:30 kickoff, and I think this will be an extremely tough match. And the reason for that is because Everton play a really defensive style of football, a low block, which is Chelsea's worst enemy. I don't understand why every team we don't play just absolutely sits back, because we really struggle. Although what I will say is now we have Noni Madueke back and Jadon Sancho looking in an element of form. Those two are really good at breaking down those low block kind of opposition. So I think those two can do some damage. Hopefully will be building some confidence. But I think with the fact it's a 12:30 kickoff, and I think with how kind of toxic I'm finding Stamford Bridge at the moment, I think we'll be looking good and we'll have 1 goal lead. But I just do think someone like Everton, they're capable in that kind of early kickoff of getting an equaliser in the very last minute. So I sadly don't think we'll be able to absolutely win that one, and it will end as a draw. Just really quickly before we go, and if you do enjoy the content, it would mean the world if you could hit that subscribe button, hit a like, and comment anything, any opinions you have down below. I love discussing Chelsea with you guys. Next up, we have Liverpool at home, and that is obviously a ridiculously hard one to predict. And the reason it's so hard to predict is because it really depends, in my eyes, whether Liverpool have won the league by then or not. And luckily for us, Liverpool obviously just won on the weekend. Arsenal drew, so the point gap is even bigger. And I believe Liverpool will win the league the game before they play us, which is why it's changed my prediction. I think we have the ability to beat Liverpool. I think at Stamford Bridge, when it's against the big teams, we can really support the boys and really back them, and everyone's just always up for a massive game at Stamford Bridge, especially against Liverpool. And I think we could absolutely just grab that win, because Liverpool are going to win the Premier League, but they're actually not that impressive. When you watch them, they're not mind-blowingly like, wow, they're going to beat us off the park. When we played them in Anfield earlier in the season in November, December, I thought we were the better team, but they won 2-1 at Anfield. So yeah, I think we're going to get the win here. I know it seems a bit counterintuitive to draw at Everton at home and then the next week win against Liverpool at home, but I just think that's the way it's going to go. I think they'll be massively hungover from winning the title, and I think we can grab it. I really do. Next up, we have Newcastle away, and I'm not going to waste any time. I genuinely think this is just going to be a straight up loss. I can't see any way we can go to Newcastle's ground and grab a win. It's always tough to go there. It's one of the toughest places there, but they are someone that is fighting for that Champions League football the same as us, and I think if they need the points as much as we do, which I think will be the situation, there's not a chance we're going to win that. I just really think out of every stadium there, I think it's one of the toughest in the world to go to Newcastle Stadium if they are really desperate for the win, which I think they will be. Even if they have already qualified, say they win every single game until we play them and they're already qualified, they're third place, maybe even second at that point if they win everything. I think even then, at that point, it's just such an impossible place to go, place to win. St James's Park is an absolute fortress. Yeah, I think we just have to take the L on that one. It's really unfortunate, but that's just the way it be. Next up, we have Manchester United away, and honestly, in my eyes, this is an absolute guaranteed win. You heard it here first. I just cannot see any way that this isn't a win, and I know this will get clipped up when, for some reason, Garnacho scores a winner against us, but I genuinely believe that we will win this game. Firstly, because they have nothing to play for in the Premier League. Second of all, they are just genuinely awful. Everything they do. If Bruno Fernandes has the game of his life, they can win some games. But apart from that, they're genuinely, I find it really, really useless. And if they are in the Europa League still at that point, which I don't know if they will be, they drew 1-1 in the first leg, who knows? Then they'll just be so focused on that, and they could not really care that much about playing Chelsea Football Club. So I think it'll be a win there because of quality. We're at home. It's always against a good game at home against Man United. They won't be focused on the Premier League. They're awful, and they'll probably be focused on the Europa League. I hope I'm not proven wrong, but that's just my prediction. And our last game of the season is going to be Nottingham Forest away, and it is honestly just an absolutely mental fixture. Like, I cannot believe they've put that there. Well, I mean, they had no intention. No one would have thought Forest would be fighting for Champions League football at the end of the season, but we've got to play them. And there is a situation where we're playing them, and we're both fourth and fifth or fifth and sixth, and we're both fighting. We both need the win to get Champions League football. That would be incredible for the neutral. I would absolutely hate that. I don't think that's going to be a point at that point. I think that Forest could be looking at having secured that by now. They have got some tough games coming up, but they're a kind of team that wins against big teams this season. I mean, they've beaten Liverpool at Anfield this season, which is just an incredible thing to do. So it will be a very tough match. I think I'm going to go for a win against Nottingham Forest away, last game of the season. I think Chelsea will need to win that game a lot more than them. I'm not sure they'll entirely have to win that game. I just think for some reason, when we're away from home, I know our record hasn't been good, but it'll be a lot better than home. And I think building on those Liverpool home wins and that Man U home win, I think on that last day of the season, there'll be so much desperation for Chelsea to get Champions League. Because with Forest, it's like, it's unbelievable if they get Champions League. But with Chelsea, it's that pure desperation. If we don't get it, we're absolutely screwed, and the fans are going to lose their mind. The players are going to get so angry. So I think we're going to grab the win. Call me deluded. It's just what I think. So that would leave us at the end of the season with 67 points. And I don't know if that's good enough to get top 5 or not. If my prediction's correct and we get those points, I think we will just about scrape it. I honestly think it might go to goal difference. I could not tell you if Chelsea will get Champions League or not. I'd love you to tell me in the comments whether you think we would. Let me know your prediction to these games, because my God, I'm so nervous about it.